Good morning, friends. We are once again talking about our tribe because that's why Melanie and I are here to create that community of people. So we're not struggling on our own. And I had shared with you a little while ago about some health issues I was having and finally reached out to my family doctor, who then connected me with different people. And there was a lot going on. So, but now I have a cardiologist, a dermatologist, a PT, physical therapy, and I have a family doctor who I absolutely love, a general practitioner. So I would invite you there too. If you have a doctor and you're like, shop around a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. I have one I absolutely adore, and she asks me things about my whole life and not just stuff. And so I had mentioned even Rachel on a missionary trip and like, oh, where is she? I'll pray for her. I mean, I love this doctor. I talked with her about the cruise and she said, enjoy your cruise. Don't feel guilty. Just get back on track. She would never tell people to eliminate a certain food unless they have a sensitivity, obviously, or something, but which is, that's our heart. So I love this doctor. And now I have a tribe of people to call, and I don't have to struggle on my own if I have something come up. But the other thing is, then I had a financial thing and I did not reach out. And we do have a good mutual friend, Sarah, who would have been happy to talk with me, but my head got in the way.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to bother her, which I would never bother her. And I know that here, but I didn't reach out. I was like, I can figure this out. I could do it. And I didn't. She ended up reaching out to me, and then we figured some stuff out. But the point is, Melanie, I do this. I won't speak for Melanie, but I'll still struggle on my own before I reach out to somebody sometimes. So I guess Melanie does too. So, and of course we tell you not to do that. And then it's a human thing, I think, to keep it all here and try to figure stuff out. And please don't do that.
Well, I think too, we don't want to burden the other person, and
We're not.
Really, we're not. And I think for most people, and especially for Deb, I will speak for myself, and I think Deb is the same. But just because you're sharing something doesn't necessarily mean that I'm taking on that burden too. Like I want to internalize it the way you do because it's your struggle. But I'm happy to help you take it off your plate, because just verbalizing it sometimes just changes the whole dynamic of all that's going on up here, that we keep going, well, but if it's this, then it's that, and it's that, and it's this, and we don't really know, because we just keep playing that same loop inside of our own head. So when we get it and we can verbalize it to somebody else, whether they say anything or not, because a lot of times Deb and I just will listen and not necessarily even offer a solution unless that's what you're looking for. But just to know somebody else has heard it, and like, it just makes all the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And as Deb said with her tribe, now obviously, she's got professional people too, and that's super helpful because they are going to give an answer. But sometimes it's just thoughts that are going around in our brain that we just need to
get it out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And talking to that person.
Yeah.
A lot of times we get outside our head, or we'll verbalize something and we'll think, as soon as we verbalize it, we know that's not right. And we have our answers. So it is a matter of listening sometimes. And we all like using our gifts and skills. We like to be asked. Yes. So it's never a burden. And I know that even about Sarah, I know that. Yep. And still my head was getting in the way. So I had a parent reach out to me about an issue with their child who has a disability. And I love being asked, and I didn't know some answers.
Right.
But I said I would find out. And I did. And or sometimes we just say we don't know, but just knowing there's somebody else to bounce some things off of and walk our journeys with us is huge.
A lot of times there's other resources too. So like, you might say something, I might not know the answer, but I know somebody who is in a better position to give you that answer,
right,
to lead you in the right direction. And so that's where the community is huge as well, because none of us have all the answers, but we all have access to people and other resources that, can be helpful. So
yeah.
So that's what we like to do here at Sprightly, because we really want you to live with sparkle, joy, love, and laughter every day. We know that's not possible every day, but we can choose to go that route and to, be following that path. And that doesn't mean that we just push things under the carpet, because that's not helpful either. If you're going through something, we do need to feel the feels.
Yeah, we need to acknowledge it and notice and acknowledge and go from there. But I'm really known for sweeping stuff under the rug, but I'm trying not to. Yeah, so that's not helpful. It's still somewhere. It's either here, or it's somewhere. So it doesn't help to just say I'm good when we're not. And
be careful
anyway,
sweeping that stuff under the carpet, because you're going to trip. Just say.
Melanie and I are notorious for tripping over not just carpets,
yeah.
air. It's a gift, folks. That's all. I'll end it with that. It is a gift. Yeah. Speaking of gifts. Okay.
All right, everybody. On that note, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.